What has we been doing? What was it before? How many teachers have been trained? Mr. WEAH cannot give that. My name John. But John who? My name John. My name John. They are not attaching a target to what they want to achieve. So when you talk about sustainable economy for what? Sustainable economy for what? Because the economy is supposed to create jobs. And the way Mr. WEAH feel. That's why you see today, Prince Sherry, no disrespect to you, my brother. You doing your best. It's just that people are not giving you the reason to make you to be a viable person. And seditious minds are so trapped that why they're not opening up. So that was set Mr. Cummings' vision when he said the economy and job creation is different. Two different things happening right there, folks. All right? So that one thing we'll be discussing here. And that's why today you see Mr. WEAH in this year is not giving the Liberian people any reason. Infrastructure in terms of electricity. The Mr. WEAH say electricity will be given to all the counties. We don't know that. But what we do know, Mr. WEAH in this year is not telling you now how many counties across the country are now enjoying the pleasure of electricity. What was that number when he took office and what is the number now? We don't know. Mr. WEAH cannot go anywhere and tell you about the issue of quality education. And he said the education was messy. We all understood that. And we say, yeah, WEAH say he coming in to improve education, right? Yes, Mr. WEAH say I'm coming in to improve education. But where are we now in terms of the education? Where are we? Can Mr. WEAH tell us across the 15 counties what are the classroom size of the primary school, the elementary school, junior high, and high school? And what are the performance of each of the different categories? How well are we doing? How well are we doing? What was it before? How many teachers have been trained? Mr. WEAH cannot give that. The healthcare. We heard that people used to come from as far as Bapolu to come to Morovia. Mr. WEAH has been in office now. Let's ask Mr. WEAH now, what have you done for the past 12 years? I mean, for the past 6 years, or let's say 5 years. What have you done with the healthcare sector? Do we have good clinics across the different counties? Can Jay really leave here, go to River G and say, oh, I have some kind of mosquito bite. Oh, go down to the clinic over there, they will be able to help you up quick. Or do I have to get in a car to go to Maryland or to go to Morovia? How many healthcare facilities across every county in Liberia that Mr. WEAH has improved? We got none. My point here is Mr. WEAH does not have any track record to show what he met or took from Ellen and how much he has covered. You see, when Mr. WEAH get ready, he ready to do his buga dance, he will come with different coat suit and he will come with different shoes. He knows exactly what to wear, and you and myself can keep track. When Mr. WEAH going on the field, he will be able to carry a dark shades with a Louis Vuitton or whatever sneaker, because Mr. WEAH knows. So Mr. WEAH can tell you exactly what he will be wearing from time to time. He knows how to dress himself, but to dress the issue of Liberia, he cannot do it. So you see, Mr. WEAH knows exactly what he wants to do, but he just refuses to do it, and he doesn't want to do it. That's who he is. So for that reason, who benefit here? The people who voted for Mr. WEAH, they are the loser. And Mr. WEAH is the winner. Mr. WEAH dedicated a sport complex. But there are young people in the country who got dream and vision of wanting to become a professional player like him. But what has Mr. WEAH done? Absolutely nothing. Mr. WEAH had not cutting the ribbon to that, somebody said, renovated stadium. Is that any big thing there? That thing shouldn't be anything. Mr. WEAH, that thing should have been given to the city mayor of PNV to go and cut that ribbon over there. But because Mr. WEAH ain't got nothing to show, every little thing that happened in the town, Mr. WEAH will rush there to show himself. All right? To renovate something. Are you kidding me? You don't have renovation taking place in Ghana. You don't have renovation taking place in Salon. You don't have renovation taking place in Guinea, but you don't find the president going there because the president of the country are very, very busy. For your information, Sierra Leone has just opened up some type of manufacturing company, and no Liberian, especially sedition, you might not cross that border to go into Sierra Leone to go find a job. You might not cross that border to go to Sierra Leone to go look for a job. Oh, well, let me tell you now. I will make sure the Sierra Leone people will not allow any Liberian to cross that border to go find job over there. You must not do it, people say, you must block that bowler there. Because Male Bio and WEAH, they took off at the same time. And Male Bio is doing everything to bring factory. Did you ever see Male Bio dancing over there? Guys, aside from his inauguration and some type of ball, do you see Male Bio going to the party headquarters to be dancing? Mr. WEAH just think that he president for CDC. Saying you got elected, that party headquarters should be something that you should never think about until election. But through all the year, you go there, you dancing booga dance, and you think you're doing something good, Mr. WEAH? No. And by the way, we are waiting for you here, Mr. WEAH. I'm not saying you shouldn't be singing your song. We are going to wait for you here, Mr. WEAH, when you come. We are going to wait for you. And we will protest against you and tell Joseph Biden that you don't work for them to come in this country because our people back there are suffering and you there wearing your Louis. Look, time for that protest. Let Mr. WEAH keep going out there and keep putting it. When that protest time comes, let's say if he is accepted to come to that African summit, that photo with that Louis Vuitton, many Liberians should carry that banner. The president is so extravagant, he's spending on himself, and then you post on the poor the children there that the boy are breaking the pancana, and you put Mr. WEAH the Louis Vuitton, and you put the little child are breaking the pancana. Let that image be captured by Getty image, and library. Let that image, excuse me, be captured. Those are images that we will find from Facebook. So y'all hurry up before you go tell the man to delete it, because one year they can go delete it. And we begin to show the thing to the Liberian people. The man got no plan. He has not provided you with any information yet. But all he does is to go around and showcase himself. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. What has Mr. WEAH done now? He has done everything. Taking picture here and there. But when it comes to the Liberian people, he hasn't done anything in regards to meeting the needs of the Liberian people. Is that the person you want, Prince Sheriff? Are you still here, Mr. Sheriff? Mr. Sheriff, you must say in America here, right? We can get everything. Right now, I can walk to my fridge, get myself some water, get myself juice. We can feed our children. In Liberia, Une Samuel Toa can do that. Une Maggie can do that. But these are government officials. But for you and I, we are just the average Joe in America here, as the people would describe us to be, right? We can go anywhere and get things for ourselves. The average guy in Ghana, Sierra Leone, don't have to be part of the government structure. He can go somewhere and get stuff for himself. So what about our average brothers and sisters in Liberia? Why aren't they getting these things? What has WEAH done that any citizen can come and defend here? I can open the floor right now. In fact, it's open. If you're citizen, you listen to me, send me a request right now. And come and tell me, in terms of electricity supply, what has Mr. WEAH done for the 15 counties? In terms of water supply, what has Mr. WEAH done for the 15 counties? In terms of health care, maintenance, and improvement, what has Mr. WEAH done? Come and give all the statistics here. Come and give all the results here. There's nothing Mr. WEAH has done. Even in the soccer world, how many people? And let me say this to you guys here. People often describe Mr. Cummings, oh, Mr. Cummings is a gay, Mr. Cummings is a gay. Let me tell you guys, some of you guys I don't know about we are past life. All right? You see, in America here, people struggle to live a culture here. Yes, people struggle to live a culture here. Every place, America is so free that you can do whatever it takes as long it doesn't interfere with anybody's lifestyle. I remember when I worked at a manufacturing plant in 2012. This lady was living her private life. But her life was not the life that we used to in Africa. But guess what? She and I used to sit down together. We used to have fun. But she was different. Should I take myself from her? No. But it was a lifestyle that I was never used to. But because I found myself in a country, I had to work with her. Shake her hand, listen to the conversation. Because that's the environment I found myself in. I struggled with that lifestyle. There were days I couldn't believe it. To hear some of the things they were talking. But that's the lifestyle I found myself in. And that's what happened in this country. When you live in an advanced country, where when they say democracy at the highest, that is the lifestyle that you live with. As long as it's not impacting you in a way, you cannot control it. It's at work, you will see it there. Any organization, you will see it there. Even in a school, in the army, you will see it there. But that is the lifestyle that you got to struggle with. There's nothing you can do about it. Even if I tell you right now, my lawyer is living a lifestyle that I'm not happy with. But guess what? What I want, it can get done by that particular lawyer. So yeah, we got doctors, we got engineers, we got football players, we got basketball players, we got all the different people then that live with that lifestyle. But we from Africa, from that background, we had to struggle with that living that lifestyle. So when you hear Mr. Cummings explaining on Mamadi Diateke's show that, oh, it's a lifestyle that I struggle with, it doesn't mean that he was the way you're thinking he is. No. There are many Liberians. George Weah himself, when he was in France, in Paris, he lived among people who had a same lifestyle. Even though, those of you I don't know what George Weah did. How many of you guys know when George Weah had Gion Professional? How many of you guys can raise your hand right now? How many of you guys can raise your hand right now and tell me that when George Weah had Gion Professional? How many of you guys, when George Weah had Gion Professional, you know what people used to be telling us? That most of those boys that were on Gion Professional team, they said George Weah wanted to sleep with them in order to send them to professional football. Alfred Dennis just said yes, he remembered that. I don't say they say. I will say I say, because I was in an age that I can still remember. All the boys that were on Gion Professional team, they say Gion Pro, that was George Weah team. They say for you to get on that team, George Weah must sleep with you. How many citizens talking there today? Let George Weah himself come here. Let me make that story. There were rumors going around that before you play on George Weah Gion Pro team, he must bend you over. Am I lying? You bring George Weah himself, that can't talk it. You bring George Weah himself, that can't talk it. Because we used to live on 12th Street. When George Weah had that Gion Professional team. When George Weah was on that Gion, he was child of that Gion Pro team, he would come from Italy. People used to say, before you join that team there, you must be loving the George Weah. But these were young men. How many of you know that story there today? Let's bring it outside today. And let George Weah himself come. And if you're part of the Gion Pro, you know what that team broke down? Because most of the boys were not willing to go through that thing that was happening over there. None of the boys were willing to talk about it. But can we say Mr. Weah was a gay? Do we have proof? Or was that a Lester that people were trying to pin it at? How do we know that? But we know that many of you guys in America here, you work with people who are gay, whether that man, that woman. You see them in your place of work. You joke with them, you laugh with them. But it's a lifestyle that we struggle with in this country here. It's a lifestyle. When I was flying to Florida, let me tell you what I experienced now, saying I had to say it. When I was going to Florida, there was a guy on that plane. The guy dressed a woman, he got listed all here. When I first saw him, I thought he was a man, a woman. I said, nobody can look at me. But I didn't say anything like that in my heart. I just looked at him like this. I said, But what do I have to do? It was a lifestyle that I have to get used to. And I tell myself, I mean, in America, everybody can live anywhere they want to live here. As long as it's not embarrassing you. So I just sat down there. He said, I got water for you to drink. I look at the water for a lot. I like, damn it. And you know, because I'm from Liberia, and, you know, we're not used to that kind of thing. But I look at that, and the other white guy that was sitting, because one white guy was sitting next to me. I know, I tell you about it. One white Jew was sitting next to me. One white Jew was sitting next to me. And the father, I'll tell my man, Atlanta King, I said, tell me, Atlanta King, well, yeah, that girl will be sleeping on his chest right now. But what I mean, no. We're just sitting there, 2 hours there. You look at that now, doing the other side. But the girl just threw her over me, and then she took the drink from the guy and drank. And you know, and I look at the whole thing and like, so I told my brother, but my fellow Liberians in this country here, there are different people than here. When we come from here, we got to go educate our people back home. That's what Mr. Cummings was trying to explain to Mr. Diateke. And everybody, the men are good, the men are dead, the men are dead. You can't do that kind of thing there. You can't do that kind of thing. We all struggle with that lifestyle. You live with, some of you guys just come here. What my sister Justina here? Justina, you just come to the country. Every day you talking about God business. You will be surprised, Justina, that the person said I call themselves men of God. They will be in that same lifestyle. Justina, the thing you never saw send your man born you in the country here. You will see it. And you think that devil live here. You know what's about the reason somebody don't go to church in the country here? That one of the reasons I'm telling you today. Because of the people then, the lifestyle. You can think that they're not Christian. But that's why it is. But what we do here is we just mind our business. We just mind our what? Our business. Because that's the lifestyle that we have to struggle with here. In Liberia, our lifestyle here is different back home. We live our one-way life. We in one-way street. Everybody doing the same thing. But over here is different. And that's why Mr. Cummings was trying to educate our people on. But whoa, they took it away. So for the George Weah who had a Gion Pro, now everybody said George Weah was sleeping with the boys then to get them a job to play football. How many people say nothing today in Liberia? George Weah did not come and say that last down, but people were hearing it from him. So you got to be very, very careful how you misinterpret things. So going forward, we will begin to explain to you guys. Even a Mama Carter from the UN embassy will come on his own platform and say, look, in our country, anybody can live any life they want to live in America. When you come from different culture, you will struggle with it. You will struggle with it. The same way that you go to other country, the way the people behave in that country, not the same thing, but they got different culture. You will struggle with something that you're not used to. So you need to stop painting the thing different here. We got to focus on who will make that country better, not who will come and be telling you S, Y, and Z here. A man who married, got grandchildren and stuff like that. And you got to, oh, the men I did, the men I did. You need to start spreading those kind of messages in down there. It's different. So let me tell you now, everyone here, Prince Sherry, you're not working with somebody like they Prince Sherry. Why you can't talk it on your show? I don't know whether Margot Gilman working because I don't know where he's working. But even in Margot Gilman neighborhood, there are some people like this. Why you can't come and tell your people then that, look, this thing here exists in America here. We that living here, we live among people there who their democracy says they can do anything. So men can go to the husband, they lay down and say, my man, just call that thing off and there, turn it to woman own. and they can come outside and we can work with them. We can work with them. That's the people's choice. That's the last time you think you know what it means for a man to go to the hospital and just get his break, get beat and take 10 and take out the whole thing. Then the man comes out and say, my man, and that man again, and then say, what? Yeah, woman. Let me tell you one story here. One of my men in Staten Island, those that in Staten Island, New York, one of my men, the man went to a nightclub. He saw a beautiful Jew, that was just a Latino woman. The man was living in the project. Brought the woman home that night. The woman told the man she cannot go to the elevator. And the man loved her. He must lift her up and go on the step. And they had to climb 5 steps, 5 levels. The man told that woman, up, up, up. When they got to the room, the woman told the guy, now I was one time a man, but I turned to woman. The rest of the story, we'll tell that one later on. But he himself told all the story. So in a country here, there is a lifestyle that everybody struggle with. It only takes some honest people, like someone that comes to come and tell you and everyone in Liberia, people can do anything in this country. It's their free will. It is their what? Free will. You see the daughter of Dick Cheney, who is now on the 9/11 Commission. She living a lifestyle that was giving her father hard time, Mr. Dick Cheney. Mr. Dick Cheney's daughter, who is now in the U.S. government. She is a lifestyle. She's from a Republican party that is very Christian looking like. But when they add Dick Cheney himself, yeah, that was, yeah, thank you very much, LRB Gayu. Thank you. Thank you. You heard that? So you live in that area over there. That was Park Hill. Thank you very much. That story became a very laughing thing across all Liberian groups, whether on the football field, at pencil and stuff like that. But let me come back to what I was saying. One time they called Dick Cheney out. They said, Mr. Dick Cheney, you served as vice president 2 terms to George Bush. And you believe in the Republican Party religious value. But look at your daughter today. Look at your daughter today. And then, guess what? Mr. Dick Cheney said, that's the choice of my daughter. That whole lifestyle, I cannot change it. So, we in this country have seen a lot of lifestyle that people live. And we work with them. If you right now working, get the opportunity to work with Mr. Dick Cheney's daughter, who live that kind of lifestyle. Who live that kind of lifestyle. Will that make you to be somebody like her? No. But what you will do is you will struggle with that lifestyle. But yeah, Joe, we are on the other hand, who had a soccer team, that many of the boys then on that team were saying to people that Joe, we are slept with some of them. And Joe, we are wanted to sleep with some of them, and they refused, and he did not put them on the team. When Joe we were running that thing they called Gion Professional. There was a story that was popping here and there. So what would Joe we are say about that? Then somebody who work in a society, who work in a country, who place or work contain different people or different background. How do you manage that? And then when somebody come and tell us, say, oh, that's the kind of lifestyle that we live with in the country, we struggle with that kind of lifestyle. Yes, I do. I do all the time. I do all the time. I do all the time. We all struggle with that lifestyle in America here. There's nobody put lie to you. I think it would be good for every Liberians to begin to inform our people back home and tell them that there are many lifestyles we struggle with in this country here. because we are from a culture that things that we see here that we never saw in our country, and we struggle to live with it.
Thank you so much for taking your time to come and join me here. It's the summertime, and I know many of you guys are enjoying and having fun with your family. And thank you so much, Michelle. I think I saw Miss London. I think you went to the Cancun. Yes, that's great, bro. Make sure you take some good photo there for us and share it on your page so that we can get to see it. Thank you so much for the opportunity there, Chief, for sharing the photo with us. And thank you again. Please share the video here, guys. Let me see. Alex Nimler is here. Thank you, Nimler, for your participation the last time. I appreciate you for sharing what you do down there. And let me see here. Vivian. Vivian, thank you so much. Vivian, she's very committed to this program, to the platform, and even to the platform on the ground as well. So thank you guys so much for the opportunity and stuff like that. Yes. So thank you guys so much. So we are broadcasting here. How many of you guys today watched the how many of you guys today watched the Focus on Africa program today? How many of you guys? If you watch, just say yes. I think I'll call on the show today. If you watch, please just tell me yes or just put why. If you did not watch it, just tell me no, because I want to make a point here and very, very important. So please, how many of you guys watch Focus on Liberia today? Okay, Vivian said yes. That's the first person. Anybody else still looking? Focus on Liberia today. There was a guy. Jonathan said he didn't watch that. Okay. Focus on Liberia. Anybody else? Somebody? Who else? Did somebody watch Focus on Liberia? There are a lot of people on there today. Come on, let me look here. I think he'll be much more faster here. Let me see. I see Mia Johnson here. Oh, there are a lot of people watching from this other side here. All right. So this one is my page here. All right. So let me see. Eric is here. Vivian is here. Masa, Joseph Davis, Square. See every one of you guys here. It's okay. Did anybody watch that show today on Focus on Liberia? Focus on Liberia. Did anybody watch except for Vivian? Guys, come on. Let's see here. I know you guys were busy today, but that was a very, very interesting show. I watched it. Where yes, I just want yes. I just need yes. I need yes. So go. I just need yes. I need yes. I just need yes. I don't need explanation. Yes or no. Yeah, it's a switch. Off or no. I just want to make a comment. Did anybody watch Focus on Liberia today? Yes or no? Okay, there you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. All right. So let me say this to you guys here. All right. I'm going to be very upfront with you guys here who watch me on the show here. I always say that I don't get into any election and lose. Yes, I do not get to any election, or let's say I do not support or I haven't supported any party and lost. The reason here is if I'm opportune to be part of that platform or part of that party, I do everything possible to make sure that we win and we win big. You see, back in the days when we were campaigning for CDC, if you guys got a bang trying to tarnish Mr. Cummings' reputation, we get him on our phone. We call him up to 10 people to call that number and just get it, everything Ben saying over there and promote Joshua. That's how we used to do it. That way you will silence him. But you see, I told the ANC people the last time that I wanted to speak to few people. They never responded. They had not called me. I'm in this thing here, but to say that I'm very 100% optimistic that we'll win, I don't think so. I'm being very honest with you guys. I'm being honest because I've been on a team that won before. But for the team, still internal wrangling still taking place. And as we go along, I want to keep giving you guys updates. But we'll continue to keep the trust here, right? We'll continue to keep the trust here. But what I want you to understand about me, I believe in giving you guys update all the time. So that way, each other you're in school, you're taking your quizzes, you're doing your homework, you're taking your tests, you're doing your exam, you're calculating your grades to know how much you're going to get to the end of that particular period, right? That is what I do on my show here. I'm not going to drop back. God had been on that show saying things that is not right, and you don't have nobody there to call and say, oh, this one. Let me tell you one thing. For every show that it broadcasts on a Liberian platform or in a Liberian community, it changes mind for or against. It changes people's mind for or against. And that is why you don't take any chance to have anybody to use their platform to say shit about the person that you're campaigning for. You have to be able to deploy people to go in there and get ready. But I think that the people, some of them, especially the communication team, they are too executive. They think they're running some kind of corporation in America here. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. That is not going to work. I spoke to some people on the ground. There are 17 districts in Mosurado County. By my record, we only cover 8 now. We only cover 8. Send the refusing to call me, I will let you guys know here. And I don't care for them because I'm looking in the interest of Mr. Cummings. 17 districts. They only cover 8. That's why sometimes when you ask people why Mr. Cummings, people are saying he's not popular. You got 17 districts in Mosurado County, and they only got 8. How much are they doing to make that even? I'm still talking to people on the ground. I'm still talking to people on the ground. Remember, I am just a supporter of the ANC. I am a supporter, not a member. And I will not sit here to come and take my time out, getting my butt down 6 o'clock in the morning, 4 a.m. in the morning, and sitting down here and trying to talk for Cummings. And then when I call people in America here, let me tell you guys one thing. If ANC does not win the election, you will never like me, because I will come back here and every video that I'm making a comment on here, I will come back here and go back on you guys. So I want you guys to be the witness here. I told you guys I don't lose. I do not lose. I do not lose, my friend. I don't lose when I get into something because I put my heart, my soul, my energy into stuff. This morning I called a young man from Liberia. He's part of the ANC youth wing. I asked him a few questions, and he started giving me answers. And I introduced myself to him as to what we did for CDC. He said, yes, I remember those days. And I asked him, what are you guys doing when somebody on the radio trying to tell Mr. Cummings, well, Mr. Cummings is this, Mr. Cummings is that? What are you guys doing? He couldn't get no answer. And I just have my hand like this. ANC people got more work to do. And I will not hide it from here. I will do what we call live audit. Live audit. That's what I will do here. Live audit. I'm not supporting ANC members. I'm supporting Mr. Cummings, and I need them. I told the people to call me. They're acting very experienced. You know, one thing I would say this here, all the regular ANC people, y'all know me, I don't eat crab with shit. Y'all know me. Y'all can keep your other video here again and go play another time. I give a damn. But I want to make sure that all those who taking their time, taking their money, and say, oh yeah, Jay Rennie, go do this, pay for the 1 year so you can continue the broadcast. I want to give you an update. So I want when things work, you will say, yeah, Jay Rennie, you did well. When things fail, I want to say, you guys to tell me, say, Jay Rennie, yeah, things did not work out. That's who I am. Just how when you go to work, they say you're working for 8 hours, you will work all that 8 hours. When they say when you want to do double, you say, oh, I want to do 16 hours, you work all that 16 hours. That is what I'm doing. If you don't like it, it's up to you. It's up to you. But I will have to tell you the truth. And that's why I go to church. I don't go to church because my God is in my heart, and I'm going to tell you guys the truth. You got 17 districts in Mosurado County. And only 8 we have covered. Then we'll come here and say, oh, Joe, I can get no report. No. There will be time I will come here, I will talk good things. There will be time I will come here, I will get report. We are not doing well. We are not doing well. And it's too early for me to start reporting things to Mr. Cummings right now, but we are not doing well. I'm from a side that really put time into things. I told these people, I listed their names, and they don't want to call me. You know, one thing I would say to the ANC people, they hate to hear me to say ANC people, but I will have to address them that way. All right? Sonny Boy was on the show the last time. Sonny Boy was on the show the last time. And this is very important. I want you to listen to this. Sonny Boy on the show, and he wrote a comment that I looked at, read, understood, and think about it. He said, I will not vote for ANC, for Mr. Cummings, because the way ANC people talk to me. Do not underestimate that statement for the following reason. One, you see in America here, the N word, you cannot use that word easily on any black person here because it has not only a stigma, but it has a history that, portray what that word means. So whoever says that, they will look at it very funny, right? You know that, and I know that. Now, when you look at our history back home, we used to live in a society where we have the upper level class and the lower level class. Upper level class, they used to call them the civilized people or the Congo people, and they had the native people. And what happened in that process? We can't blame people, but we can discuss it, right? In that process, many of the native people, parents, grandparents who are grandparents today, they were not given proper education. And that's why you see vast majority of the people across the different counties in the interior, they are not educated. They became victims of the system that was in place, including George WEAH, myself, and every one of us, the way we speak, who were victimized by a system. Right? There were a lot of things done back then. But we have moved on. We put everything behind because the war came after the native president got there in 1980. He got worse. So everything broke down. Everything went scattered. And then we came back and we said, okay, let us turn to a new page and let's move forward. It's just in America here, after Reconstruction, after Juneteenth, everybody say, yeah, Dr. King died, let's move forward. But there are some people still who are doing things that want to take people back because they want to create division. But there are people fighting to stop those things. My point here is there are some Liberians back home who still believe that people who talk down to them, they see them as what? People who ill-treated their parents before. And when you continue to behave that way, they will turn against you. So I just want to appeal to because I'm supporting the ANC now. So I have to make this appeal to every ANC member. You see your brother, your sister, I will say be about the issue. I will say be about the issue. Do not tell anybody, oh, well, they're trying to say you get no food in your house. Please don't do that. Always find the easier way to approach them because you want that person on your side. You know why I'm saying this? Vast majority of the voters in our country, they are not educated. They don't have the education, the job that we got. But they got something very powerful, and that is their vote. And if you don't respect them, they will not get that vote to the person you're talking about. And right before your eyes, they will go and vote for the person that you don't want. And with all your education you got, with all your advanced English you got, you cannot do nothing. Because why? It is a democratic process.
So let us change our ways of approaching things. That's my appeal here. That is my appeal. You know, for me, the reason I came in the country and learned the way I learned today is because my parents, they were not high school graduates. And in order for me to not be like them, I struggled back home too. Live with people, went to afternoon school, but I had my eye on my own goal to be to be an educated person, and I did that. So essentially, I came from the disadvantaged population of people. But what have I learned? I learned that if I'm giving the opportunity, and my brothers back there are not giving the opportunity, my sisters, I should be very moderate how I talk to them because I know where they're coming from. We laugh at Joe Weah most of the time. We laugh at other people most of the time, but in reality, Joe Weah is a victim of the poor system that was put in place. It's not like in the United States or other countries where you are forced to go to school. Some of us today, the way we speak, the way we pronounce certain words, we are all victims of how the bad system turned out against us back then. But that does that mean that we can get along? Of course not. We can still get along. So we want to make progress and let our progress be based on a mutual respect and understanding for both of us because we got a common goal. There go Joe, we are over there today. He don't give a damn whether you speak good English or you speak bad English. He don't give a damn. He's suffocating everybody. Whether you know Bogo, he's suffering you. Whether you don't know Bogo, he's suffering you. So what we can do, unite together and be able to work together and get rid of him. That's what we need to do. So going forward, I'm just appealing. Let us calm down. If we want to bring support to the ANC, we need to calm down and have that mutual respect for everybody. That is my appeal. You can take it, you can leave it. But to every decision we make, there will be a consequence at the end of the day. And if that consequences come, well, I hope you will be examining yourself to say, what did I do to help the process? Was I contributing negatively or did I do something to gain people over? Most of our brothers and sisters back home are victims of not only the poor educational system, they are also victims of the current administration in the country and the war that just took place 15 years ago. I mean, the 15-year war we went through. So they have been victimized in so many ways. So I think those are all from the other side. We should be the one to exercise the greater patience at all. All right? So I just thought to bring that in here. We got to be very, very civil with each other. That's just my appeal. Take it or leave it. But coming back to the issue here, and I want to call on every ANC people. I know most of the time people say, oh, already reach out there, reach out there. No, I can't just keep reaching out there. People need to reach out to me. If I had won the lottery, let's say my name was announced, oh, Jay already won the lottery. And I call people name. You know how many people be calling me if I don't call them? Because money got power. Everybody want money, so they will come. But when Jay Randy sees something and calling people, oh man, I remember for all that, I know everything. All right. But what do people always say? Never refuse a call for what is in the call. But for me, I will not hide it. Because you know why? I have taken a side now. People are watching me. People are telling me you're on the losing end. People are telling me you're wasting your time. All those negative things they're telling me, I'm taking them seriously. And in order for me to prove to them that I'm not on the right side, I'm on the wrong side, I will have to make sure that I make my more loud on here to let people know. So that when the time comes, they can say, yes, that guy was making all that noise. That's what I'm here to do. And that's why I'm here. So we got a lot of catching up to do. We got a lot of catching up to do. Everybody in that town get a auxiliary group. Auxiliary group here, auxiliary group there. Everybody. But how engaging is each auxiliary group? What are the demographic? Because I said the election will be based on the issue that affecting the people. Then it will also focus on the demographic, that is the age of people, and then the geographic, that is the different county. But how are we engaging into these things? You may have covered some ground, but not all the ground. And I'm hoping that by December, the 17th district in Mosquito County, if you come across 5 people, at least if 3 can tell you about common vision. 3 can tell you about common vision. One thing I would say here too is, and this is just my own observation, anyone who wants to go on any show to represent ANC, you got to know Mr. Cummings' vision. You got to know Mr. Cummings' 4 focus area: economic, job creation, infrastructure and technology, agriculture, health, women empowerment. If you don't know these things by heart, don't go on any platform, because when they ask you whether you know common vision and you don't answer those things, you are losing supporters on there. That show I saw today is just my own observation. Question was asked to that guy, he didn't answer that question. And that gave Ben the opportunity to come and flocking good. That was wrong. And that's what I'm saying. By August the 1st, I want to come out here and start a common vision. Who said common doesn't have a vision? Common does have a vision. Let's just go through a few things here for you guys quickly here. All right. Let's just go through a few things here. All right. One here. Let me see what I can bring a few things out here. All right. Let's bring one out here. And let's see something here. All right. So let's start with the first one here. It's loading up, as you can see here. This here is Mr. Cummings, getting to know Mr. Cummings. All right. This is Mr. Cummings' own contribution to the people of Liberia. All right. This is a brochure here. When you go to the next page, what do you see here? You got Mr. Cummings, the party vision, mission. You got a vision statement. You got a core value. And then if you cannot remember anything, at least the Alternative National Congress, aside from their vision, what the vision say? Our vision is inclusive, all right, Liberian society with a strong working middle class. His vision is to create a middle class. What are the focus areas that will help to create a middle class? One, the economy and job creation, technology and infrastructure, agriculture, education, and health, women and youth empowerment and inclusion, national security. If you don't know all these things, at least try to understand a few of these things. So when somebody is on a show and trying to say crap, guess what? You can walk on that stage and begin to make the case. Yes, and begin to make the case. That's how you do. You got to learn these things. All right. And then also too, let's look at another thing here too that Mr. Cummings also has. All right. The platform. Let us also look at the platform. All right. Let's look at Mr. Cummings' platform here. All right. Where is he at? Okay, let me just go back into my stuff here and see where I can pull it out. All right. Let's look at Mr. Cummings' platform here. Let's see where is he at. Let me try to do this here. Open this here. Okay. So here is the ABC platform here. All right. People say there's no platform. This is the platform here. I'm taking my own time to read this platform. That's what I'm doing. I'm taking my own time to read the platform, to understand the platform. That's what I'm doing. Let's see here. Taking my own time to read the platform. Let me see what I hope I didn't reach my maximum here. So if I have to get rid of this here, let's see. Let me get rid of this. All right. So let me go back for the platform again. All right. Let's go back for the platform. Let's see what we can get it here. Okay, there you go right here. I believe this is it here. It should be loaded up now. Let's see what will come up. Should be loading up. Okay, let's see here. Okay, there it is right here. Already been in here. This is the platform here. All right.
This is the platform here. All right. Let's blow it up here. All right. So this is the platform. That's the message there. Okay. It still need to be revised. But these are the things that Mr. Cummings, our platform. All right. Mr. Cummings has not changed the platform. It's still the same. Infrastructure, agriculture, health, education, job creation, governance, law, rule of law, and you name it here. These are the platform that Mr. Cummings has here. Right here. Right here. All right. And it go on and on. You can see them in the first 100 days, what he expects to do. So those who are in the campaign team, on the campaign team, they need to start to help people out there to begin to engage the population. Go on every talk show, go on every radio station, and be able to help Mr. Cummings understand these things. All right? And Mr. Cummings, people understand these things. The voter out there, the people who are trying to become voters, and help them understand these things. They think by seeing more people on Facebook, they think by talking to the exonerate group in few community, it's not going to cut it. The media is powerful in Liberia. One man can stay on a radio station and just say negative things about Cummings all day. One of man's voice is being heard in Bapulu, Banga, Nimba. It's convincing people over there. It's convincing people. It's not about you just kind of sitting there speaking all the people English. If not, I don't want to say too much, but we'll wait and see. We will wait and see. We'll wait and see. All right. Let me see what I can give you guys here again. Okay. Now, here's the ANC here again. Watch this one here. All right. Now watch this one. All right. The ANC have all the tools. It's just that they are not ready, prepared to do what it takes to make Mr. Cummings successful. See here? There's the whole ANC thing here, right here. ANC website. But the people in Europe, let's go to the other page. All right. Let's go to the other page. All right. Let's go to the other page here. I think I probably might share this screen here. Let me do the share. Maybe the share will help. The share will help. All right. Let's go to the share. Let's go to the share here. The share will help. Let's remove it off the screen. And let's go to share. Let me see what I can share here. Yes, I should have uploaded. Okay. What we'll do, yes, I'm not going out because that's a little drill there. I don't want to go through that drill. But here again, let's just go back to that thing so that you guys can see. Let me blow the screen off for you guys. All right. So these are all the different things then here that you have here. All right. You have Mr. Cummings Vision on YouTube. You got the ANC, the Global Youth Movement. You got the ANC UK. When you click on all these links, it takes you to where you're supposed to be. So these are things that need to be explained to the people of Liberia. These need to be explained to the people of Liberia, but they are not doing that. They are not doing that. All right? For every color. Now, let's listen to Mr. Cummings Vision here for you guys here. All right? Listen to this. Listen to this. Okay.
And yet, we're one of the least developed countries on the continent, and indeed one of the least developed countries in the world. And I say to you, my fellow Liberians, we deserve a better Liberia.
All right,
we need to ask ourselves.
Let's do this. Let me follow one this because the video is delayed. So let me just move this here so that you guys can see here. All right. So it's going to end. I want to end it here. All right. So the video ends. Facebook. Let me just get rid of the video before you guys slow my video down. All right. So what I will,
on the continent.
There you go. Let me see where am I broadcasting from. Okay, I'm broadcasting in 5G right now. So this is it right here. All right. I'm trying to get rid of that.
Fundamental questions.
There you go.
Why are we where we are? Most Liberian homes don't have electricity. Most Liberian homes don't have running water. Most Liberians are unemployed. These are things we can change. These are things we should demand of ourselves and of our leaders.
So let me hold this here, right?
We, as Liberians, cannot keep doing.
So this is Mr. Cummings' vision here. Let's go back here again so you can see why it says here, right? So let's play it from here. So Mr. Cummings' vision look at the 5 what and how. These are things that they need to be explaining. These are things they need to be explaining. But are they explaining it? No, they are not explaining these things. Not many people understand these things. So they need to have people out there explaining these things. But they're not doing these things. All right? They are not doing these things. Yes, they are not doing this thing here. So I just want to make sure that you guys that are out here understand these things here. All right. Now let's come to the priority here. All right. Let's come to the priority.
There we're focused on primary health care and preventive health care. Okay. So those are the what's we'll do for our people, for the Liberian people.
Right here.
Together.
Let's go back
ourselves. Phone connectivity across.
Let's go back. Let's go back.
Grow the economy.
So this is the main platform. This is the main.
Most Liberian homes don't have electricity.
So listen to this.
Most Liberian homes don't have running water.
Listen to this.
Most Liberians are unemployed. These are things we can change. These are things we should demand of ourselves and of our leaders. We, as Liberians, cannot keep doing the same things and expect different results. We cannot keep electing and selecting the same kinds of leaders with the same kinds of experiences and expect Liberia to change. We have to do many things differently, and that starts with selecting and electing new leaders who know how to create jobs, who know how to grow the economy, who will prioritize the Liberian people first before they prioritize themselves. And this is what I offer you, the Liberian people. The other universal truth that I want to share with you, my fellow Liberians, is the best predictor of future performance and future behavior is past performance and past behavior. And again, I ask you to look at my record of job creation, of success, of managing large budgets without one penny going missing. All of these things you can look at and compare to the other candidates. And again, you will see that my past performance and past behavior is a good predictor, a good indicator that what I commit to, we will deliver. There are 5 priorities we have, and we call that the what's. And then there are 5 things we call the how we'll do it. And those priorities are as follows. Our first priority is infrastructure. Simply put, it's electricity, it's roads, it's water, and it's internet and cell phone connectivity across Liberia. We have to invest in infrastructure. That is the top priority. That's the basis on which we can and will do everything else. The second priority for us is job creation. There are too many unemployed, underemployed, and unemployable Liberians. The unemployment rate is over 85%. And therefore, job creation is our next priority, creating jobs for the Liberian people. The next priority is agriculture. We are a country that do not fear ourselves. These are things we can do for ourselves. We should be producing rice to feed ourselves. And my commitment is that by the end of my first term in office, we will be self-sufficient in rice production. And within education, we are focused on vocational training, teachers training, and adult education. But we have to educate our young people because, again, that's how we can help them create jobs. That's how we can train farmers. And so these things are all linked together. And our final priority in terms of the what's is health. Because you can have good infrastructure, you can have a good job, you can feed yourself, you can have great education, but if you don't have your health, it doesn't matter. And so health is our fifth priority, and there we're focused on primary health care and preventive health care. So those are the what's we'll do for our people, for the Liberian people. How are we going to do these things? The first how is we want to engage Liberians differently in the transformation of our country. We call this hearts and minds. How do we get all Liberians to participate in the changes that are required? We're going to use arts and music and culture and reconciliation and religion. All of these things, we will be deliberate in using these things to engage us as a people in this transformation process. And so we're doing some work on how we can make those things happen. The next how is that we're going to find the money. We have to find the resources, the money, to do all of the what's I mentioned earlier. And the way we'll find the money is, first, we'll go after waste in government. You know, we spend a lot of money on things that we don't need, or we pay too much for things that we do need. So for example, I believe the vehicles we buy for our government officials, we spend too much money on that. We should reduce the number of vehicles, and we should buy less expensive vehicles for our government officials. We need to reduce how much they make so we can pay teachers and civil servants and police officers and the military officers and healthcare workers, people who actually do the work. We need to pay them more money and reduce the gap between those at the top and those who actually do the work. The other way we'll find the money is going after this thing called corruption. You know, corruption has been the bane of our country. Is the primary reason why we are as underdeveloped as we are today. And we will aggressively go after corruption. The first thing we'll do is we will appoint a corruption czar, a minister in charge of corruption in the presidency that will coordinate all of the agencies that are meant to find corrupt officials. Secondly thing we'll do is we'll make sure we are giving the resources, the money, the right people, the right logistics to the anti-corruption agencies, the LACC, Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission, the General Accounting Office, the Public Procurement and Concessions Commission. We will make sure they got the right resources to go after corrupt officials. After that, when we find people who are corrupt, we will prosecute them, we will put them in jail, and we'll seize their assets. It will not be good enough for you just to resign. So those are the things we will do to really go after corruption. I have committed that I will not take a salary. The salary that is paid the president, I will allocate it towards helping to fight corruption. That's how important I think it is to us. And then the other way we'll find the money is we'll make sure we're getting full value, the full monies we're due from our natural resources. We'll look to exploit other natural resources so we can get the funds required to fund healthcare, to fund infrastructure, to create jobs, etc., etc. So finding the money is the second how. The next how is we want to create a government of inclusion. We want all sections of our country to be represented in the government. We want opposition political parties to be in government, because we believe that having a government inclusion will help all of us make the right decisions. It will make sure that we're spreading the resources of our country across the entire country. And then the last two hows, one is growing the private sector. We will focus on growing the private sector so Liberians can primarily benefit from that growth. No longer should Liberian business people be spectators to our economy. And we want to actively support Liberianization and encourage and provide credit and other facilities to Liberian businesses so they can participate. And last but not least, we will use technology. We'll leverage technology to help us achieve our goals. So those are the what's and the how's. But let me end by leaving you again with these two universal truths. One is we cannot keep doing the same things, my people, and expect different results. We cannot keep electing the same people with the same experiences and expect Liberia to change. We need to elect and select different people to lead us, to serve us, to help us manage and run our country. And the other universal truth is the best predictor of future performance and future behavior is past performance and past behavior. And on those two counts, I believe I stand head and shoulders above the other candidates expiring. Together, we will change Liberia for the benefit of all Liberians. We will transform our country. We will give us a new start, a fresh start, so that all of us can benefit from this country we love. I thank you. God bless you. God bless the Republic of Liberia.
So if you ever wonder why I decided to support Mr. Cummings, it's because I have taken my time, read through his vision, and believe that what he has outlined, if we all support him, we, in the end, if he's elected as president, everything he said, he don't at least do 1/3 or 2/3 of those things, we can vote him out of office, because he's giving you what his plan, the 5 what and the 5 how. So you see, comes August the 1st, these are things that I will be doing on my show here. We play the thing over and over and over and allow people to understand these things, so that when you go to vote, you will be able to make an informed decision. You listen to the man's vision. You listen to how he planned to carry out these things. But how can we get this thing on the ground? How can somebody call and say, Mr. Cummings, I'm calling to defend Mr. Cummings. Mr. Cummings is going to bring a vision to the country that will create equality for all Liberians. For the economy, he's going to create more jobs. He's going to look at technology to make sure that internet is all over the country, along with the infrastructure. He's going to look at education, where every child, every adult will be given the opportunity. And that's why I called him to tell the man in our studio that he's not making sense. If you get people, young people disseminating the messages on different radio stations in the country, you will get an opportunity. So I know many people are saying, oh, Jimmy, do this. You can say anything you want to say, it's up to you. But I will make sure that my voice will be very loud. Because you know why? Here's what I would like to say here. I'm part of those who campaigned for Mr. WEAH and made him president. The other people who are behind Mr. Cummings, they campaigned for Mr. Cummings, and Mr. Cummings did not win. So I'm here to let you guys know that we can stick together and we'll do our best. This platform, in the end, will be giving a grade that people will say, yes, we determined that this guy has done well, and this is the grade he deserves. We're not going to give up. And we will not give up. We'll be here early in the morning. We'll keep pushing the vision. Because when you listen to what that man said, if you don't give him that opportunity, your thing will just be going down in the drain. Your thing will just be going down in the drain. Hold on there, guys. Let me play something for you guys here, right? Because I responded to something very important here. Let me play something for you guys here. Something that
the first African power Liberians. Ideas to build our country and manage our wealth better. And ideas to finally end the things that have continued to keep us downward and backwards. At 174, Liberia is too old to continue to run an economy that prioritizes others and gives Liberians no chance. Liberians cannot continue to be onlookers and bystanders to their development. At 174, Liberia is too old for for the institutions of our government to continue to be weakened by lack of independence, sycophancy, as well as systemic leadership failures in transparency and accountability. We must end the imperial presidency. We must end the imperial presidency. At 174, Liberia is too old to be standing still, if not sliding backward. It is a national shame that we have fallen so far behind other nations we assisted and inspired towards independence. Fellow Liberians, I know we cannot change our past, but we can create our future. We can create our future. To do this, we must change the mindset that got us to where we are today. We must adopt a new national perspective that Liberia belongs to all Liberians. All Liberians, therefore, owe a duty to the country to be good citizens, to work as hard and as honestly as we can to make Liberia better for ourselves and for our children. Good citizens do not steal from the people. Good citizens do not deceive the people. Good citizens stand for what is right for the country, even if they anger a few friends and political allies. The fundamental duty of citizenship, of belonging to Liberia and being called a Liberian citizen, is to build a better country. Obedience to the law is a duty of good citizenship. Good citizens take responsibility and accept the failures of getting it wrong, as they will accept the failures of getting it right. National leaders, political, religious, community, and traditional, must be more accountable to each other and to our country. Leaders must lead by good examples so that others are encouraged to follow. We will not grow until we allow our visions, expectations, dreams, and aspirations to also grow. Therefore, national goals must be bigger, allow us to set ourselves higher, and extend our collective endeavors further. In corporations or governments, there are no shortcuts to success. Irrespective of tribe, family name, the name of the village or city in which a Liberian is born, or the choice of one's religion, success in Liberia must come to belong to every Liberian who is willing and ready to work as hard as they can to achieve that success. Opportunities must be fair and equally available to all Liberians. Too often in our country, we have let ourselves settle for what is easy and for what is not right.
All right, let me stop it.
We have
guys, my apologies there. All right, my apologies there. I was working. I was on a WhatsApp text message trying to get some things done in the very interest of what we're doing here right now. And God is working in a mysterious way. All right. So what I was just explaining to you guys, I was in contact with the CEO, and I mean, this is just something that I had to let you guys know about. It's not something that is very private, because when I start asking you guys to please help me with some financial means, I want you guys to know what I have done. So everything I'm saying here as it relates to this political program, I want to make sure that I inform you guys as well. until we can start to have people like my big five in the back end. I just have to put it out here. So I'm working very hard to make sure that I need to have a time on the radio that will start like 10 o'clock. I mean, 8 o'clock. Yes. 8 o'clock our time here. Yes. 8 o'clock our time. And we'll run it maybe up to 10 o'clock. And then we'll be here in Liberia. So that's what I want to do. So we have the morning show, and then Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we have the evening show. So I'm talking to the guy to see what he can do so that we can use, with, let's say if I'm live here broadcasting, whatever we're doing here in the evening in Liberia, it will also be live so that the people can hear what we have to say. So these are things that I'm going through here. Again, I'm not doing it because I'm waiting or looking for a job. No, I believe that this man vision you just listen to, and that's something that we'll keep playing here every time I come on, so that it can sink into you, so that you can get to know what he's all about. Because one time, 2 times, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, no, we'll keep playing it from now to the last day of the election. So that way you guys can know that some are very committed to helping our people back home. And I think, and I would say I'm one of them, because the vision that the man got, if we work together with him, I think we can get something that will make us to feel Liberian again. Yes. I think he's putting himself up to a task, and I think we should challenge him in every way possible. So I'm not going to get frustrated by the people who are not reaching out. I just want to let you know that this is what I'm getting, but we still got to move on. So that way, nobody will come and say, but Randy, the last time you made it come here high, I say, no, I'll just come and let you guys know. And if I hear from them, I will let you guys know. Because you know what? You guys are the one that need all the information that I'm supposed to provide out here. Without you guys, I won't be here. Yes, without you guys, I won't be here. So I owe it to you guys always to come and give you guys updates. All right? Yes, I do owe it to you guys to give you guys. We'll be leaving for here 10:30, but let's look at a few things here. All right? So let's leave the coming vision now, because like I said, on August the 1st, we'll start discussing the vision. But yeah, what happening in the country right now, right? Okay. You see what Mr. WEAH has done. Mr. WEAH believes that those who work with him, he can use them just how he used the Liberian people. So the other video you're about to see here, right? You have seen the video before, but what I want you to understand about me, if I'm giving you something like something from the past, just say Randy is trying to establish something here to make a point, right? So the video I'm about to show you, when I play the whole video in its entirety, but that's something I'm trying to bring to your attention here, right? So let's listen to this.
Let me get your name.
My name is Amara M. Trawale Jr. Many people call me Master Warris, and I'm the chairman and the founder of the movement of the downtrodden youth of Bonjama District.
So, and you walked to me very angry this morning, and what is the reason for that anger that you came to me with?
I'm very desperate, even more than anger, because people sit in Monrovia.
So you see this guy here, all right, this guy was used during the political campaign, Mr. WEAH and Mr. Borka, right? Now, you will imagine and you will start to say to yourself already, why are you bringing this guy video here again? It's for a reason. Yes, it's for a reason. Who interviewed this guy? Sekou Kalasko, right? But have you ever seen Sekou Kalasko coming back to show you where the guy is today? Have you? Have you seen this guy? For me, I haven't seen him since then. Is Mr. Kalasko in contact with him? I don't know. But what I do know, and what I want you to understand, I don't know whether Mr. Kalasko had met him. So now, election is coming again. And we'll play this thing here hopefully by tomorrow, or maybe Tuesday night. But yeah, it's Kalasko here again.
One accelerated group that have been recognized by the party chairman and also party official. So our women will go from town to town, village to village, and recruit the member that they will be waiting for this wonderful day.
So Kalasco is coming back again. He's coming back again. All right? He's coming back again. Let me push the video even small. So there go Kalasco sitting there. If you look at the guy mic and just look straight behind his mic, that's Kalasco over there, right? Let's try to see when he will get up to come talk. So the guy's still talking. Let's keep moving on. We want to bring Kalasco up. I think he's about to get on now. Let's see.
Yes. I'm the microphone, right? Yes. Keep your microphone.
So Joe, we are now have turned Kalasco into another gimmick machine now, right? So I want you guys to listen to Kalasco here briefly. Listen to him briefly here, right?
My voice, I know that microphone. Yes. Okay, let me say thank you to everyone. Today I feel very proud and humble to come here and be together with my sisters, my mother, my auntie, my wives, and every other person here today, including the young people, and some of my brothers, and some of the old people here. You know, I just moved in the community, right? Yes. But I'm one person who, everywhere I go, I like to know the people around me. I moved in Magibi. I was born in Magibi. But I moved to Monrovia. I started living in Monrovia. But after everything, I'm back in Magibi. And this part of Magibi that I'm living today, I was sitting on this side. I used to live on the other side. But today I have moved back here and we are all one family now.
All right, the question I want you to ask yourself here is, Mr. Kalasco is telling the people that he moved across town. He used to live in Monrovia, but he had built himself a beautiful home that he couldn't have built without being in a government that is so corrupt. Now he's standing before these suffering and struggling women after George we have been in office for what? 5 years now, going to 6 years. In very people homes, if you follow them after this conversation, they live in places that they will never imagine Sekou Kalasco will ever live through. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Mr. Kalasco is not coming to tell the people how well Mr. WEAH has done for them, for their lives. Because for Kalasco, he living in Pablo left now. He paid big mansion in Magibi County. He living there now. Now election time is coming. You never saw Kalasco going and engaging in community dwelling. In fact, where he even lived, where he came from, you never saw Kalasco going there. Now he in a new environment now, in a new community now, and he trying to get friendly with the people because Magibi County is another battleground county. So he coming out now, trying to make friends with the people because next year is election, right? The same guy you saw that I showed earlier, Kalasco King and brought that man on the camera and told the man, oh, what do you make of why you think Joe Boca is not this? And the man went and expressed everything he could express. But today, Kalasco has moved away from that guy. Now he's coming to a new environment now. And that is the reason why I showed that video. Now, let's listen to him more, what he's about to say. You imagine that Kalasco will come and be telling people about George we have 5-year achievement, right? What George we have done for the county of Magibi, what the people have benefited from, and as he comes to this lecture. So let's listen to him here.
I'm not one of those persons in government that can take myself big. Because I believe that the same blood that running in me, that the same blood that running in you.
Yes, but it is the same blood that running in him. Yes, and it is the same blood running in the people. But when it comes to the financial blood that running in Sekou Kalasco pocket, it is not the same financial blood that running in the people pocket. You will get to see the answer shortly. Let's listen more.
It's just an opportunity that I'm having. But they see the way I can breathe. They see rest you can eat. They see rest I can eat. They see water you can drink. And they see water I can drink. That's the opportunity that I'm having. So I'm going to make myself like I'm God. I'm not God. Nobody can be God. So when I move in the community, the first thing I decided to do is to take a stroke in the community, to walk in the community, to know my neighbors. The Quran, I'm a Muslim, the Quran, I'm sure the Bible also says that you should love your neighbor. I want you to know that the other person that have managed to do that for you is President George WEAH. WEAH gave her the opportunity. Yes. So when he gave me the opportunity, he gave all of young people the opportunity. You know the reason why I'm coming back? Yes. So me, that is.
So he's basically in the environment now, not to acquaint himself with the people, right? Because he been over there, he been seeing the people, he live among them. But what will he do when you can't meet the people for the first time, but then you're talking about George WEAH? What will he do? What will he do? You move in a new community, right? You and myself live in the environment here. You pay a new house, you move in a new community, you got to meet the people. Then you tell the people about someone else? No. But that's who he is. That's how he has been programmed now by George WEAH to go out there now and begin to lie to the people. Listen here again.
President that is doing it for you. Like that base can be here for how many years with you? Europe, they are 5 years. Because I know at the end of the day, it's not only you, but you will convince your people. Say, let's carry them men. Yeah. Nobody else can do it better for you than George WEAH.
Let me tell you guys this, right? You may overlook our platform here, but the way we are conducting ourselves, on the platform, I'm not here to blow my horn, but we are getting these guys off their butt for them to start going around campaigning. We'll play the whole thing yet, if not tomorrow night, maybe Tuesday night. But they are now getting afraid that we are exposing them now. We got another one by Mobile Malu, and we'll get more coming up. So what they're doing now, they now start sending their people there now, even though it's not campaign time. They're going around now trying to promote George WEAH. But one thing they are not doing, they are not telling the people about George WEAH accomplishment. And there where I think we have a very, not just upper hand, but a big hand over them. Because nothing Sekou Carrasco saying over there for 5 years this one. Listen to him over there again. Listen to him.
So today I'm here to say, thank you for respecting me as your neighbor. Yeah. So then you can see me. The last time I was walking in the community, nobody even knows. I mean, because I pass around, walking in the community. Some people saw, some people were cooking their bread. Then I listened to the other guy. Go carry your clothes inside. See street man come here. Maybe you want to take your clothes from them now. The girl said, I want to go because she just got to washing. So she was just sitting looking behind me today. She said, for the neck and check our clothes from the line. So, but that's the kind of thing I like to do, right? Yeah. I like to interact with people. We are all here one family. We are all one family.
That's a lie. They are not no one family. He want the people to vote. That's why he's talking about one family. You know what I would love to do? And that's why I want to get in touch with the ANC youth group. Is for them to go in our community and take a cell phone and begin to show how people are living. Go to Kalasco Horse and videotape Kalasco Horse and videotape the other home there around them. So you gotta listen to me right now. If you have anybody that you know that live in that same community at Kalasco, let them go and just do a screenshot of Kalasco house and then do a screenshot of the community. That is a little video clip. And let's bring it out here and see whether the blood that Kalasco talking about, the community that he's talking about, whether they are in the same category of that equality that he's trying to talk about here. This is where we need to focus our energy, folks. That's what we call the Jehovah's Witness engagement. Because that's what they're doing now. They be in the community saying, oh, won't get to the won't get who don't know this man in Liberia. Maybe he could be right or he could be wrong, but I doubt it.
And I will work with you. I will work with the women of this township. The women. I will pass through the brother, my brother, and our mother here, including the marketeers, those in leadership. They get something and so they say, we need today, we need to count on me. Anything I say, like I say, when I stay in my yard, I say I get my people there here. When you see me come here, I say, trust me, I will not forget it. That president, we are like you. Right? Yeah. Like I told you about our engagement, right now they're waiting for me, and I got to leave running for here and go. And you know, it's not possible for me to devour myself. So, to celebrate the 26th, while we prepare the document for what we're supposed to do for the market, because I want it to be documented. Yes. And everything I was supposed to do for the market. Hotel, you can bring that document to me. But we get 26 day after tomorrow. And our 26, when I pass in the community, I want to smell Kabagi. So,
listen to this now, all right? So he came to promote George Weah. George Weah had his own vision of making people self-sufficient in food production, supposed to provide job for the women, for them to be able to work, to do something. All the talking he's doing now, listen to what he's about to say here now, because that is why he came here, right? To continue to make the people to be looking up to them for handout. Listen to what he is about to say.
70 back arrests. Then for the soup money, I will get 100,000 like that.
Now, you see what we against in Liberia there? You see what we against in Liberia, ANC people? The government got money to waste. George Weah will get anyone who will go out there to fool the people money to waste. What can be done is how well you would campaign. I remember when Donald Trump was campaigning in Pennsylvania, he said, we don't have money. But every day that comes, we got to end the day with our campaign. We start the day with campaigning, we end the day with campaign. And Donald Trump ran a very difficult and committed campaign that got him elected. Even though the government had money, still Donald Trump managed to pull that off. These guys going around giving back a rights, giving money. They've been in power for 5 years. They never provided self-sufficiency for these people, never provided any program to create independent or economic and financial independence for these people. They kept them at bay not to be self-sufficient in their own right. No job, no other means, but only to come and say, oh, I'm part of the community. George Weah gave this for you guys. But guess what? I'm going to give you a 70 back arrest and I'm going to give you 100,000 Liberian dollars. And then you see them cheering at that. And you think this election, that fun election, when people calling you, they very classical men here. Used to call Dave my phone here, begging us to support them. Begging us to support them. The information still here. But today now he didn't want going around now and telling people, oh, I had to give you this, I had to give you that. Look, when you listen to Mr. Cummings share his vision, if that doesn't touch you, if you don't share tears as to what that plan means for the Liberian people, I don't know what else will touch you. If every woman you see here, most of them are in their mid-30s, going to 40s. By the time we are get done with another 6 years, they will just be left with their children. Because when you look at both of them, they are not educated, they got no skills. So you got a man who just a bad boy to the president coming and saying, I'm going to give you a back arrest and I'm going to give you 100,000, then the whole place going, why? That is the challenge we are facing here, ladies and gentlemen. It is one thing to picture your mind and say we can remove George Weah. But when you start to see the storming black that could make things difficult for George Weah to leave, then we all need to be able to understand that we need to work together. We need to coordinate things. But so far, I don't really see it in the communication team of the seat of the ANC. I'm not lying to you guys. I don't see it. If you listen to me right now, you're from the ANC. As a supporter of the ANC, the communication team is weak. It's weak. They are not really engaging the people on the ground. I'm telling you guys. ANC is not doing nothing. Because you know why? That same community that Kalasco went in, the moment Kalasco leave, 2 days later, we should be able to send people there to go and do their own video recording. Don't you guys see it here? In America here, when Democrat goes somewhere, after they spend a few time, they leave. If that place is a hot button place, the Republican go in there to go engage the people. Because the last thing you want to do is to involve what we call a geographical area of campaign. You can just go there. You're not going to campaign. You're going to ask the people here, how you living here today? Where did Kalasco men live? Over there. Yeah, all right. What do you do for living here? How do you survive? And then you get to understand the community needs. And then you start to strategize as to what next course of action you're supposed to take. But if you don't do it, you gotta go in the community there and get Because at the same Edwin Snow started to bring it up. Back of red money. Back of red money. Yay! Some of them have not received back of red before. They've been buying red by the salmon cup. And we'll call it Tinapa cup. Put it inside. But some of them are going to receive back of reds. And you think what's going to happen? When those people show up for election, they're going to vote for that man. But it can be stopped. It can be stopped if we pay attention to what is right, folks. If we pay attention to what is right, it can be stopped. Yes, it can be stopped. That is what I call the back of red strategy. That is the back of red strategy. That's what the people are doing. Yes. That's what the people are doing. Let me see what Yango says. I said, J. Rennie, or there are some of the things. I mean, these are some of the things committee need to be doing, because you can't blame these people because things are not easy for them. They will have no they have no option but to go for what. Yes, you're right, Yango. You're absolutely right. You are absolutely right. I'm not going to deny that. And that's why I'm calling that if the people leave from there, Karakura leave from there, come people need to go there and go engage them. Go and go engage them. Go and go engage them. I mean, if you want to fight fire with fire, and you can ANC share rest too. Well, Mr. Cummings has a foundation, Sis Marula. Mr. Cummings has a foundation. And Mr. Cummings Foundation has done well. I think what the foundation can do, all right, is to engage that particular geographic and see how much work Mr. Cummings has done in that area, and and assess to see what the people need them. Because he has a foundation. He has gone places, even though the people will not get certified every time you get in stuff. I think what needs to be done too is Mr. Cummings need to have a team that should go to these different countries or assign in these different countries. That's why the Cummings, or they call them the exonerate chapters. They need to have the exonerate chapter look in that area and see what the people need as well, and be able to get back to the Cummings executive team and say, hey, these people need X, Y, Z here. Yes. So to your point, yes, your question is in line with that. Yes. And so that's why it is. I bring people let rice business. Yes, you're right. I bring people let rice. They like rice. They like rice. Let me see what he wrote here again. He said, Jerry, don't give up. I know what you stand for what you can do, but watch your position and keep pushing for the best for the country and people. Mr. Cummings has a very hard decision to make, and if he can't afford to do it now, I'm sorry for him, because the election will not give him good results. His people are not responding accordingly, and President WEAH is working behind the line, and he has 60% right now. Before this year end, he may get 65%. No, Mr. WEAH is still at. Mr. WEAH is still at. Let's see here. Let me see something here. Mr. WEAH is still at. And there will be a lot of information here, and then we'll call it a day here. So WEAH is still at. Let me see here. I think he's still at. Let's see here. Let's go here and tap here. Let's go here. I don't know what I did that, but it could be plus or minus down there. I think he's still around 56%. Yeah, let's see here. It should be still around 56%. It should be around 56%. I'm looking at something here right now, right? So I can't see you guys, but I'm sure you guys can see me. Let's see. I don't want the PDF one here. No, I don't want the PDF one. I want the one that says Liberia. Let's see here. Liberia, Judge Via, Liberia. Let me see here. Yeah, he's not 60% yet. It should be around, where is it? Man, I can't find this thing here right now. The last time I checked, he was probably around 56, as in 5-6. Yeah, you were around 56%. Yes, it's right here. Why the thing staring my face here? Kiki Ray, right my face. Okay, so Yango, let's go back here. What you're talking about, Mr. WEAH is not at 65%. Yes, it's not at 65%. Let's share the screen here so you can see something here. All right, Mr. WEAH, let's see it. Share the screen. And let's see, Afro Barometer right here. So I'm about to share the screen here for you guys right now. So you can see that here. This is it here. Mr. WEAH is still at 56%. Yes. Mr. WEAH is at 56%. Yeah, so this is where we are with Mr. WEAH. He's at 56%. All right. So as you can see here, Mr. WEAH here stands at 56% of Liberia approved President WEAH George's performance since he assumed office in 2000. Let me make it bigger here for you guys here. Yeah, because it's not big here. Let me make it big here for you guys and blow it up here. Yeah, there you go. So 56%, yeah, 56% and approval rating here for him. Yeah, so he got 56% of his approval here. All right, 585 people want an exclusive black land ownership law to be maintained. So those are the two key things that Mr. WEAH is up to here. So I'll start sharing the screen here. Yes, I'll start sharing the screen here. And this is a very important place here for you to come and seek for information. Yeah, so that way Mr. WEAH is Mr. Yango. So I don't know the data you got, I don't know where it's coming from, but that's where he is for now. It may not be accurate, but my advice is based on what some of the gentlemen, us are gathering from on the ground. Yes, that's a possibility. Yes. Yeah. Let me see. Jonathan, 56% is enough to win. Yes, it is. It is. Yes, that's true. That's true. 56% is enough because he only need 51 plus. Yeah, 50 plus. He got 50 plus. So he got 56%. And and that means he stands strong. Liberian people will not take the rest. Believe me, they will vote George WEAH about the rest. It's possible. So that's why people in the ANC can need to understand some of the things that we're reading here. And because when you start to engage the people, and this data that number will start to go down. And, it will start to go down because the people that are running this thing, they are not running it from Liberia. People live in Ghana. They go into different villages there. And they ask people questions. There's a whole list of what gathered that 56%. A whole list. So that's something that when we call on the ANC people, they need to come and listen to some of us. Because I'm telling you, few handful of people who are, catching hard time, come and express themselves. It's not up to it. We got 15 counties in the country. And that 15 counties, it take a lot. Yeah, it take a lot. So I'm blowing the whistle, the trumpet, I'm blowing the whistle, and I'm calling on the ANC people. But the communication team of ANC, everybody want to be the Nathaniel McGill, they want to be this, but we'll do our best here. We will do our best here. But I can tell you guys, Mr. WEAH is at 56%. What do we do to bring that down? What can we do to bring that 56% down? Is to engage the people. Mr. Cummings has a very good platform, but I think the communication team, and if ANC people in the high up believe that the people will be frustrated to vote for Mr. Cummings and therefore they will not engage them, that would be a serious mistake. That would be a serious mistake. The people on the ground need to be engaged. They need to know why they should vote for Cummings. And like somebody said, George WEAH is doing due diligence every time. What's that says, Yvonne? George WEAH is doing due diligence. So again, this is an appeal to the ANC folks who are in the communication department. Moreover, got 17 districts. And since 5 years ago, only 8 ANC has covered out of 17. That is not right. In Moscow County, that is not right. That is not right. That is not right. So you need to do your best. You need to do your best. ANC need regular and popular foot soldier on the ground. They need house name household name to share Cummings' dream. Yes, every community need to be engaged, every auxiliary. But now ANC should have auxiliary throughout the different communities in the country and make sure that they inform them, engage them all the time to see how well they're doing. Need a radio station, but as you can see, that where we are, all right, that where we are, 56% is why Mr. WEAH stay at right now, and that nobody will overlook this number. This number is coming from Afro Barometer. Let's go back to that number again. This number is coming from Afro Barometer. It's not a number for joke. This is a very serious number here. Yes. All right. This is a very serious number here. Okay. That's Liberia here. Yes. That's Liberia here. Population. And the first survey was ever done in 2008. In 2008, if you look at the data here, all the data is here. All the data here in 2008. It showed that Ellen Johnson said he was going to defeat George Weah, and she did. And that's the same thing they coming our way. So as you can see, when you go up, as soon as you come down, that number start to populate. See it? That's how the number going. So Mr. WEAH is at 56%. And he been at this number for a very long time. Yes. All right. And they are still conducting the studies. If you go further down, you're going to see some of the studies they just did in 2022. And they just did one in June. They did one here on June 9th. All right. They just did one here on June 9th. And the prior did that from 2022. 2021. If you download this, I don't know where you gotta be able to see this. So just download that. I want me to choose an application. Oh man, I'm not here. Can't choose no application here. Excuse me. We'll be able to do that one another time. I'm not here to choose application here right now. Yeah, I'm not here to choose no application here. But that's where we are, folks. So let me stop the share here. Stop the sharing. And then come back here. Yeah, let me start the share. And then we'll come right back here. So that's where we are. All right. So let's keep pushing. There's nothing wrong. We can keep pushing. All right. We're doing our part here. Yes, we're doing our part. Whatever it takes, we'll do our part. The 56% is there, but the ANC team need to unite. They need to unite. We all are contacting people on the ground, and they are not doing. I mean, if you watch the focus on Liberia today, when that guy was there making all that noise about Mr. Cummings, I didn't hear many people calling. This is a practice that everybody in the ANC need to get used to, especially designated people who can call into shows and say, look, what that man is saying make no sense, and be like this with the information and be able to spill some things out. Now Carrasco going down to giving people 70 back arrest, 100,000 for soup money. You can forget it. Those people will end up voting for George Weah for nothing. But we can still make this thing happen, all right? So people are not afraid, Marilla. They are not afraid. They are not afraid. Market women, they're not afraid of nobody. If you see, the only people that are afraid, those are civil servants who work in the government. They will be afraid. But the regular Joe that ain't got nothing to lose, don't even think it that way, Marilla. Don't even think it that way. The man that in that place that ain't got nothing to do. He ain't afraid of vote for Darrell Delon. He ain't afraid of vote for Bocha. That we will be afraid of. No. That way, if you live on that assumption that then you will get the worst out of the result. You have to engage the people to understand the people. Cummings got a very good vision, but I think that the people who are in the communication department, I don't know, but they have an issue. They need to coordinate things. They need to coordinate things. They need to be able to reach out to people. But hey, we'll be here again. We'll continue to be here. But I'm just giving you guys the feedback here. And I'm hoping that they will surprise some of us, and do the best they can. But what we are seeing on the ground, the way things are going right now, and if we are continuing to maintain and hold at 56%, that is a number that I would be worried about. If we was at 45%, I would say yes. 50 plus 1
is high. He at 45. It will take a long time to get at 50 plus 1. But the man is at 56%. And this is something that people from the United States went and did. They did it across the country. And they say we're holding steady with that number. So that's where we are, guys. Thank you guys so much. It's tomorrow is Monday. We're gonna be here in the morning. All right. And I catch you guys around. So I gotta go take a nap now. Hit that like button, please. Hit that like button, share, hit the like button. Hit the like button and share, hit the like button and share. All right. Hit the like button and share. Hit that like button and share. But we got more catching up to do, guys. We got more catching up to do. Yes, we got more catching up to do. Thank you, Sis Marilla. We got more catching up to do. We got to engage. We can't keep working separately. Yes, we got to coordinate things together. When we coordinate things together, then we can give WEAH the hard time. But if we all start working separately, it gives WEAH the advantage. All right? Yes. Why year what that thing posted? That thing came out since 2000 and how they call it? Since 2021, Sis Marilla. That thing came out since 2001. And it been there since that time. It never changed. They always updating it. Didn't you see the January one? You don't see the June one? Let me go back again to show you something. Perhaps you didn't catch that part. Let's go back to the January one. All right. Let's go back to the January one. Maybe you didn't catch that part. Yeah, good night, bro. Let me just show my sister something here so she can get to see it quickly here. I'm not depend on Liberian people getting frustrated and say that they will just vote on that. No, it will not work. So let's go back here. Let me do this quickly for my sister here. All right, let's do it for her here quickly too before we leave. But she's saying no again, so I don't understand what she said no for again. I don't know what she's saying no for again. Do you want me to go back there or no? Because I see you said no here. What do you want me to do? Do you want me to go back there? Do you want me to go back there or what? You said no. Do you want me to go back there or you okay? I'm waiting for your answer. All right, let me go back there quickly for you, all right? Let me go back there quickly for you. So let's share the screen here. All right, let's go back there. Come here. And then let's share the screen here. All right, so these are all the countries in here, right? These are all the countries here that the people conduct their research in here. Every country got their own numbers here, right? Every country got their own number here. Let me give you one familiar one here. Let's look at Sierra Leone, all right? Sierra Leone, let's do. So let's look at Sierra Leone for go back to Liberia. This is Sierra Leone here. Sierra Leone is coming up. All right? You see Sierra Leone? All right? These are the question here. 59% of people in Sierra Leone, 76% of Sierra Leone prefer democracy. So these are the key issue here. 71% of democracies say they discuss political matter with friends and other family members. 76% here. All right. So these are the 17 people data right here. So that's the key data here. Now let's go back and go to Liberia. All right. Let's go back to Liberia. All right. I don't know which country. Okay, let's count down here. Go Liberia here. When you click on Liberia, this is the statistics here. Since 2018. Since 2018. All right, says Marula, since 2018. You say 56% of Liberia approved of President WEAH. All right, job performance since he assumed office. So the number have been very, very constant. It never went down, it never went up. It just remained right here. Since 2018. So that means the number did not go up. It never went down. So that means that he holding steady. Yeah, that means that he holding steady. Yes, he is holding steady. So it's something that to me is worrisome because the number remains steady. It's not going down, it's not going up. Yeah, it's not going down, it's not going up.
And these are the questions that generated all those things, all the questions here, October 5th of last year. So that what happened in there, my sister. So it never went down. It never went down. It stayed in there. Yes. It never went down. And this is, let me show you who are these people that are doing it here, right? And when you click here, it tell you here, it says here, Afrobarometer is a non-profit organization, a non-profit company limited by guarantee with headquarters in Ghana, is a pan-African non-partisan survey research that conduct public attitude on democracy, governance, and the economy and society. We are the world leading source of high quality data on Africa. On what Africans are thinking. That's why it is here. Yes. That's why it is here. All right. So where do they cover it? Our network encompasses 30 national partners responsible for data collection, analysis, and in-country dissemination of findings. Regional coordinator is provided by Ghana Center for Democratic Development, and then you had the Institute of Justice and Reconciliation in South Africa, and you had the Institute for Development Study, the IDS, at the University of Nairobi in Kenya, Michigan State University, and the University of Cape Town. These are the people. The only here we have financial support comes from Afrobarometer that is supported by the Swedish via the Swedish International Development Cooperative Agency, the United States Agency for Development, USAID, via the U.S. Institute of Peace, and then you got the Mo Ibrahim Foundation, the Open Society, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, the William and Flora Hewlett Foundation, the European Union. So you see all these people that are supporting these people here to come up with a thing here, sister. This is a non-biased, all right? They say they're valuable, independent, integrity, and collaboration. So whatever they're doing here is very key for people to understand. Yes. You can look at any country you want. Yeah, let's look at Cote d'Ivoire, one of our neighbor here. Let's hear what they say about Cote d'Ivoire here. All right. This is Cote d'Ivoire here. In the Cote d'Ivoire, they say 59% of Ivorians say that the government has performed fairly badly on corruption, or very badly in fight against corruption. Unemployment, because they're reporting unemployment, they got roughly about 24% trust. 55% trust the police and the gendarmerie a lot. Yes. So let's go to what other country you got one here again. Let's see here. Let's go to Guinea, the military government in Guinea. What they say about Guinea here? Because they just got a military government there. All right. All right. So people say, well, 45% of Guineans say they have to pay bribe to get water supply. All right. 57% of Guineans are not satisfied with the democracy in Guinea. So if there's any election there, that guy will have to go. Because you see, this is the complete opposite here of Liberia. 57% of Guineans are not satisfied. All right. They are not happy. They are not satisfied with the democracy in Guinea. So that military guy, he's not doing well. So 57%. So if they were to go into the election, he will lose. So that's a complete opposite of Liberia. Let's go to Ghana. Ghana is right here. And they will be the live one for the night because it's 11 o'clock now. All right. So what you see here? 35% of Ghanaians say the country is going in the right direction. So that guy in that office, he's having problem right now in Ghana. 35% of Ghanaians say the guy is taking the country in the wrong direction. 53% of Ghanaians say the level of corruption in the country has risen. So corruption is getting high. 59% of Ghanaians cite infrastructure role among the first three problems they want the government to do. So that's where we are, ladies and gentlemen. And let me just start the share. So these are things that we look at. And for those of you that just coming up, let's go back to Liberia before I get out of here. Let's go back to Liberia. All right, this is Liberia here. You look at Liberia here. Liberia is right here. All right. So the key major problem in Liberia here is 56% of Liberians approve of President WEAH job performance since he assumed office. So this number here, it put him in a very good position, and we in the ANC have to do everything we can to bring this number down. Yes, I'll do everything we can to bring the number down. If not, we got a long way to go. Perhaps I will try to share this thing with Mr. Cummings himself and see what can come out of this. Yes, I will have to share this with him. Thank you, Sis Marina, for bringing it to my attention. I will send this to Mr. Cummings so that if there's any other data he has, he can reconcile, because these are independent organizations that are into that same business. And also, until then, you guys have a pleasant good night. I will see you guys again. Hit that like button there. Thank you guys so much for the opportunity. It's time for me to go to bed because I have to be back here in the morning at 4 a.m. Still pushing that. All right. See you guys. God bless you guys. Bye-bye.